Hello, my name is Ramin Jalili, and this is my critical assignment for Kinesiology 303. And this is about becoming a physical therapist. So, why physical therapy? One of the reasons I chose physical therapy is in regards to family, and that is having a family, having two kids, and being very busy with them. I did not want a career that would cause me to have lots and lots of time outside of the house working and not spending quality time with the family. So physical therapy actually caters for that very well and requires much less time than a doctor or a nurse in some cases, and is very flexible, and I can even work part-time in the future if need be. And relocation would be simple as well because physical therapy is pretty much everywhere in every state. So the next thing is that it's not a desk job. I cannot stand 8 hours of sitting at a desk and staring at a computer. I like to be active, although the setting in a physical therapy environment, you're not very active as in exercising, but you're moving around, although it's slow, you're moving around, and it's much better than sitting, for me personally, than sitting for 8 hours and being on the computer. The next thing is that I like teaching. Having some experience in teaching younger kids before, I feel that a career in physical therapy would help me a lot with the background in teaching, because you need to teach your patients, your clients, you need to teach them what exercises and corrective exercises they would need to be doing according to their specific injuries or lack of mobility that they have, for example. The next thing is the educational requirements. The physical therapist needs to have a DPT degree. That's a doctoral degree of physical therapy. Now, several years ago, a bachelor's or a master's would have been enough to satisfy that degree. But now that in recent years, pretty much every institution requires a doctorate level. You need to have a 3.0 GPA leaving your university before going to physical therapy school. And you must take the GRE as well, since it's postgraduate, and volunteer. Now, volunteering can range from anywhere from 40 hours to 120 hours in some cases, depending on the institution you would like to attend. Some barriers to consider. One is location. Now, in my case, I have two physical therapy schools that are both about an hour and a half away uh, from me. Um, and that is, although it's not extremely far, it is going to really impact and change a lot of things for me. As far as, am I going to take public transportation? And if I do that, that will allow me to study a little bit while I do that. If not, then I would need to obviously get into the next part here. Cost would be to pay for physical therapy school. Obviously, that institution, to get into it for about 3 years, costs about $90,000 to $100,000. So it's a pretty hefty price. So that's one thing I need to consider, and it is a barrier uh, in my situation. And the third thing is time. Now, physical therapy school lasts about 3 years, and that's after your bachelor's. So it's a lot of schooling, and that's something also that one has to consider. And for me personally, it's something that I've been really thinking about lately, if it's really worth the time. And uh, obviously, this is the career I want to go into, but as far as the time for now, maybe you feel like taking a break and then continuing on. So time wise, that's definitely a barrier. Current trends. So the growth in the physical therapy field is about 26% from now to about 2026. So there's about a 26% growth. So that's good, and that's more than pretty much any other field. The starting salary is quite quite all right for a California salary. One of the estimates I looked at was about 80,000 as a start. So that was the median salary. Now, qualifications. As far as my qualifications, those are, as you see here, they're still in progress. I feel I do have a passion to be in this field, and I'm definitely working on the qualifications and how and why I would make a good fit. So the first thing would be connecting with people. The physical therapy setting, you're constantly dealing with people. You're connecting with people. So having a connection with people is extremely important. You need to be communicating with them in a way that they feel comfortable with you, uh, and that is one thing I do feel I have. And the next thing here is relatability with injury. Having played sports, and in particular basketball, I've had countless injuries and kind of rehabilitated myself, just reading and that, not really watching YouTube videos um, until later in my sort of career in basketball. But for the most part, it was books, going to the library, looking at different different books and different philosophies of medicine as well. You know, Eastern philosophies and things like that to heal injuries and things like that. So I think I would be a good fit because of that. I would be very relatable uh, to my clients. The next thing here is areas to improve. So areas to improve would be volunteer. I definitely need to volunteer. I haven't volunteered yet in a physical therapy setting. I really need to volunteer because this will give me a first-hand idea of what it really is like to be a physical therapist and in that environment. So it's a great experience, and I really need to do that. The second thing is walking the walk, and what I mean by that is that I really need to take my physical activity as far as exercising and being fit. Uh, that that and healthy, that needs to be taken very seriously by me, and I have been working on that recently, and just working on myself. This doesn't have to be just a physical activity. It can be just personal development, becoming a better person, pretty much. That's going to help a lot. So um, reading personal development books and things like that. So just working on yourself as a person, uh, as, in addition to knowing more about your field. All right, and those are the references, and that's all. Thank you very much.